Hello and welcome to Archfelder's Hacks with Archfelder and his amazing hacks. So, Warcraft is popular again, or at least the content they dragged up from 5 years ago and resurrected in a barely serviceable status, that being the Mage Tower from Legion. Now, the Mage Tower uses weird scaling technology, meaning your Shadowlands gear isn't optimal for it, and that makes certain legacy items very profitable to farm and sell. And this stuff is selling fast. I am normally very skeptical about farming legacy content because outside of basic materials, it generally doesn't sell that well. But this is different. Gems in particular have been selling often within hours. So what do we farm for this, and crucially, how do we farm it? In this video, I'm going to show you never before seen methods to farm TBC gems ultra fast, and also how to farm some of the very rarest items in Warcraft itself, faster than anyone else. So first, we need to go to the Sunweld raid instance on the Isle of Keldanas. If you don't know how to get there, go to the portal room in your faction capital and head to Shattrath, and then take the portal there to the Isle of Keldanas. This is the route to the Sunwell entrance from the portal. Now, once there, we first use a very basic method to farm the trash in the instance. So we're going to pull every mob up to the first boss, with the exception of this big green guy at the start who has a special attack which can mess up the run by dismounting you. So you're basically just running through the instance now, pulling every mob up to the blue dragon Malagos. That's the first boss you don't want to kill. Once you've pulled all the mobs, kill and loot them. This is how most people farm Sunwell, resetting the instance each time. It works okay for short periods, but you will hit instance lockout after 15 to 20 minutes. I developed a better method. Once you kill all the trash, go to this point here. Mount up on a relatively large mount. I'm switching to a Tundra Mammoth mount here. Before the cast bar gets halfway through, press Alt plus F4 to close your client. When you log back in, you should see these weird textures. This is because you mount glitched through the wall. Wriggle a bit to the right and then back to the left, and you should drop down. You are now completely outside the instance. Now run along a bit and then go up here and drop down. And you're now under the raid. You might want to leave a demonic circle here if you're a warlock, or your spirit if you are a monk down here, for reasons which will become clear soon. Climb up here and jump up. It's a bit tricky, this one. You might want to use a special ability such as disengage to make it easier. And you should now be back in the instance proper. Now what we did here is bypass the first 3 bosses. This is actually where the Aradar twins would spawn normally. We did this because trash doesn't respawn after you kill any boss. But it is impossible to access the trash in this part of the instance without killing bosses normally. So instead we glitch past them, solving the problem. Now you can just kill the trash here and split, but we can do even better. Let me show you how. You see this pack in front of me? Watch very closely what happens when I shoot one and then immediately feign death. The demon I kill immediately respawns when I reset combat. In fact, provided you leave at least one of the pack alive, all of the mobs in this area in packs will respawn when you reset combat. They can be looted multiple times. So first kill all the imps in the area because they don't respawn and they are bloody annoying. Now kill all but one mob in each of the packs in the area, then drop combat, loot and repeat. This can be done with all classes, but Hunter is obviously superior to other classes because Feign Death allows for on-demand combat reset. So definitely use a Hunter if you have one, and you might want to run one up specifically to do this fight. If you are a lock or a monk and you left your circle or spirit under the instance, you can use transference or demonic circle to get the mobs to evade here. And this will also reset combat. Now you can only kill each individual mob 5 or 6 times before it begins to no longer drop loot. At that point you'll want to leave. Now, to get out of the instance quickly, the fastest possible method is the method I developed some years back, where you use a cooking fire and the item pinch whistle nitro fuel to commit suicide, and killing your character will transport you straight to the entrance. Then just reset the instance and repeat the whole process. Now, why are you doing this? Right now during Mage Tower, which is active till January, it's mainly because of gems, specifically the Crimson Spinel and the Shadow Song Amethyst. And these are selling for 500 and 300 gold respectively, uncut. However, I would strongly recommend cutting the gems into whatever is on most demand on your auction house using a jewel crafter alt. They can then easily go for 4 or 5 times as much. The median auction house price for the delicate Crimson Spinel, for example, is 2,575 gold. And the bold and brilliant Crimson Spinels are just over 2,300 gold. That's EU median price. Some people are making an absolute killing doing that. Now, while the Mage Tower is scheduled to stop in January, these gems will still have value for other time-walking events. Additionally, you get some raw gold, netherweave, and a shot of some of the rarest patterns, weapons, and armor in the game, which can drop here. This is actually the best way to farm TBC content for those rare items. I don't believe Blizzard have the capability to detect players doing this, so don't worry about getting banned trying this. If you are one of those saintly individuals who would never dream of using an exploit in-game, I recommend you farm the trash up to the first boss in the Sunwell 10 times and then go and do Black Temple up to the first boss there. Note that you can run 10 instances of Sunwell and then one Black Temple run before you hit instance lockout, so that's 11 runs in total. Also, Magtheridon's Lair is worth running once a week as he drops a guaranteed stack of TBC gems. You can run that on all the level appropriate characters you have. I've also seen some people recommending trying to mine the ancient gem nodes in Mount Hajal. I couldn't find any time efficient way of doing that, however, so I can't recommend that. So there's the video. This is a really powerful one I would probably have kept for my patrons, but I can't use Blizzard's art assets there without getting into legal trouble, and you really need to see exactly how this glitch works visually. If you like this, then there are many similar active exploits in the archives on my Patreon, which will allow you to farm some of the most valuable items in the game much faster than using any kind of conventional method. Thanks for watching. This has been Archfelder.